Good evening and welcome to the Newshour this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Madhavdas Gopalakrishnan. In a surprising move, the centre has decided to stop issuing 2,000 rupee currency notes. This move has divided citizens. While many call it a surgical strike on cash hoarders, some call it a disruption that can falter the engine of the economy. But what made the RBI put a ban on 2,000 rupee notes, the highest currency circulating here in India? As per its clean note policy, the bank says, Apex Bank in fact of the country says that about 89% of the 2,000 rupee notes were issued prior to 2017 and that most of them have completed their lifespan of 4 to 5 years. But should you be worried? Well, the exchange window is open till September 30th. It's going to begin on the 23rd of this month, and consumers can exchange 2,000 rupee notes worth 20,000 rupees at a time. Will the 2,000 rupee note continue to be a legal tender post September 30th? Well, that remains to be seen. Calling it a tamasha, however, the opposition says that the withdrawal of the 2,000 rupee notes are nothing but a result of visionless planning and inefficient implementation by the PM. It asserts that the demonetization ghost has returned to haunt the country. Listen in.
What has the government achieved by introducing the 2,000 rupee note, and what is it going to now achieve by withdrawing these notes? The demonetization was hailed by the government as a big success. If that was the case, then what is the reason to withdraw the tender of 2,000 rupees notes? So many lives were lost during demonetization. The government tried to take publicity out of this move. Now today, it has gone ahead and come with this new thing about the withdrawal of this 2,000 rupee tender note. The government needs to answer the people why this kind of harassment is going on.
The withdrawal of rupees 2,000 currency note is nothing but to divert the attention of the people from the core issues, that is of the unemployment, the inflation, and also the promises made by the BJP which were not fulfilled during the elections.
देखिए, जो नोटों को रोकने की, चलाने की जो पूरी की पूरी प्रथा है, वो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने शुरू की थी। जब की थी तो सैकड़ों लोगों की जान गई, लाखों लोगों के काम धंधे बंद हो गए, पूरी की पूरी इकोनॉमी जो है ठप हो गई। उसका कोई फ़ायदा ना काले धन में मिला, ना कोई टेररिज्म को रोकने में मिला, ना कोई भ्रष्टाचार को रोकने में मिला। तो ये जो कदम उठाया है, मुझे नहीं पता कि इसका क्या फ़ायदा है, क्या नुकसान है, मगर मैं आशा करता हूं कि एक्सपर्ट्स की ओपिनियन पे सरकार काम कर रही होगी।
Assuring the citizen, the centre maintains that it's not demonetization and that there is no need to panic. Listen in to MOS Finance Pankaj Chaudhary.
देखिए, आम पब्लिक का जहां तक सवाल है, पहले उनको सोचना चाहिए कि नोट कहीं नोटबंदी नहीं हुई, लीगल टेंडर इसका समाप्त नहीं हुआ। 2000 का नोट चलता रहेगा और जिसके पास भी हो तो सितंबर तक इसको अपना जमा करके पैसा अपना कैश करा सकते। पंकज जी, जो आसानी किसी को नहीं होना चाहिए कि कहीं नोटबंदी हुई है, कहीं ना कहीं ये लीगल टेंडर में है नोट बना हुआ और तो सितंबर तक सबको एक्सचेंज करने का अवसर मिला हुआ। देखिए, कहीं ना कहीं हर नोट का एक लाइफ होता है, 2 से 3 साल 4 साल की लाइफ होती है। और 2000 का नोट जो भी आपने कहा कि 18-19 से छपना बंद हो गया था और कहीं ना कहीं क्या अब बदलने का स्थिति आ गई थी, लेकिन लोगों के पास ये डंप हो गया, सर्कुलर में नहीं था, इसलिए लेना पड़ा कि ये चीज है। और मैं देश की जनता से निवेदन करना चाहता हूं कि किसी को कुछ घबराने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। सितंबर तक का समय है, बैंक में जाकर के 2000 का नोट बदल करके आप दूसरे करेंसी ले सकते हैं।
And what do the citizens of the country think? What's happening on ground at the moment? Let's quickly take this across to our reporters who are joining us live. We have with us Niyamika Singh. Mayank Kumar joins us, as does Akanksha Khajuria. Let me come to you first, Akanksha. Take us through what citizens are telling you. Do you have people there with you? What's their response to this move of the government? Very quickly.
Well, absolutely. We have people here. In fact, a lot of people are here at Connaught Place. 2000 के नोट demonetized कर दिए गए हैं. So we've been trying to speak to a lot of people here, and they are welcoming this move by the RBI to withdraw rupees 2,000 note. This is what the common people are thinking. We'll be speaking with a few of them. Sir, 2000 के नोट withdraw कर लिए गए हैं RBI के द्वारा. आप कैसे देखते हैं इसको?
It's too early for me to comment. I've just read the news. I think
इसको बोला जा रहा है सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक है, फिर से डिमोनेटाइजेशन हुई है, इससे करप्शन
I hope so. But I think looking at the last data, I don't know if it will be right thing to say, whether it is going to have any impact on the black money or whatever.
What do you think? 2000 के notes withdraw कर लिए गए हैं RBI के द्वारा.
Sorry, comments.
सर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? काफी बड़ा डिसीजन लिया गया है, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक.
Okay.
हिंदुस्तान में कोई कानून ही नहीं है.
Let me quickly take this across to Mayank. Akanksha, stay with us. In fact, Mayank is with us. He has 5 to 6 senior citizens. Mayank, what are the senior citizens telling you? What is their concern? Are they happy with this move? Do they have concerns or clarifications required as far as this move is concerned? Over to you, Mayank.
जी 2000 का नोट बैन किया है. 23 मई से लेकर 30 सितंबर के बीच में आपको वापस करना पड़ेगा. आप इसको स्वागत कर रहे हैं या इससे आपको प्रॉब्लम होगी?
देखो, प्रॉब्लम तो पब्लिक को होगी, डेफिनेटली प्रॉब्लम होगी. पहले भी नोटबंदी हुई है, पहले भी लोगों की लाइनें लगी हैं, लोगों ने दिन रात लोग परेशान हुए हैं. परेशानी तो फिर अब भी होगी. अगर ऐसा हुआ है तो फिर अभी भी होगी परेशानी.
आप बताइए, आप वेलकम करते हैं इस मूव को?
मैं बिल्कुल वेलकम कर रहा हूँ. कई महीने हो गए, शायद सालों हो गए, मैंने 2000 का नोट देखा ही नहीं है. एटीएम से नोट निकलते हैं, वो 500 निकलते हैं, उससे कम निकलते हैं. 2000 का नोट
आरबीआई ने कहा है कि 17-18 के बाद प्रिंट ही नहीं हुआ है.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि तो जब हमारे पास नोट आ ही नहीं रहे तो हमें प्रॉब्लम क्या होगी? कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना है. और प्रॉब्लम तो पहली बार भी नहीं हुआ था. दिल्ली में रह करके हमने वो ऑनलाइन ट्रांजेक्शन करना हमने सीख लिया था, और अब तो सब कुछ सीख चुके हैं.
अभी एक और आप अंकल बताएं कि आपको क्या परेशानी होगी इससे, या आप स्वागत कर रहे हैं?
मैं बिजनेसमैन हूँ, हमें कोई परेशानी नहीं. हम पक्के में काम कर रहे हैं, जीएसटी से काम कर रहे हैं, पैसों को हाथ ही नहीं लगाते.
कैशलेस काम करते हैं?
कैशलेस काम करते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं.
आप अंकल, आपको प्रॉब्लम होगी? आप
लोगों को प्रॉब्लम तो होगी. किसी के पास अगर रह गया, बच गया, तो वो उसको प्रॉब्लम होगी. बाकी फ़ायदा तो किसी को कुछ होना नहीं इसमें. अगर इसका कोई बेनिफिट था छापने का, तो अगर बंद ही करना था तो छापने की जरूरत क्या थी? 2000 का नोट बनाने की जरूरत क्या थी?
Let me quickly get a word from Niyamika as well. Niyamika, I believe you also have some citizens near you. Quickly ask them what exactly they have to say. Are they welcoming this move? Do they have a problem with this move?
Well, absolutely, we have been joined by some of the common citizens here in the Connaught Place market. Let us go across to them. सर, आपको क्या लगता है जो 2000 रुपए के नोट अब विड्रॉ किए गए हैं आरबीआई की तरफ से, क्या मंशा लग रही है आपको इसके पीछे?
जो ये 2000 के नोट सरकार ने, आरबीआई ने विड्रॉ किए हैं, ये गवर्नमेंट का बिल्कुल सही फैसला है. सबसे पहले तो ये जो 2000 के नोट आए थे मार्केट में, वो 1000 को रिप्लेस करके 2000 के आए थे. 1000 के नोट्स को इसलिए बंद कर दिया गया था, जो सरकार गवर्नमेंट ने अपनी वो दी थी आरबीआई ने, कि इससे काला बाजारी जो नोटों की होगी वो ज़्यादा होती है. बट उसकी जगह पे 2000 के नोट ला करके सरकार ने काला बाजारी को और बढ़ावा दिया था. तो चलो, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जो रिजल्ट होता है वो बेहतर होता है. तो 2000 के नोट बंद करके सरकार अच्छा काम कर रही है और गुड है.
सर, मैं न्यूज़ नेशन के माध्यम से पहले मुझे वो टाइम्स नाउ के माध्यम से मुझे 2 मिनट बोलने का मौका मिला. मैं यह कहना चाहता हूँ, जो हमारे देश का सर जो राजा है, वो सर हम नागरिकों को देखते, हमने उनको बनाया था कि बड़े अच्छे काम करेंगे, लेकिन सर उनके तानाशाही फैसले ही हैं.
2000 रुपए के नोट को वापस जो लेने की बात की जा रही है, उसके बारे में आप क्या कहते हैं?
पहली बार 2000 नोट पहले मार्केट से गायब हो चुका है. और जो हमारे जो बुजुर्ग है, जो हमारी माताएं हैं, जो हमारी बहनें हैं, जो 2000 की पेंशन लेते बेचारे बड़ी संभाल के रखे हुए, आज जीवन में काम आ चुके हैं. दोबारा से जाकर फिर लाइन में लगेंगे उनके लिए. पहले भी कितनी मौतें हो चुकी है, दोबारा से फिर हुई.
All right, all sorts of fears being expressed there by citizens. This is the voice of the citizens, and this is going to be a call-in show in the second half. We are going to have a political debate in just a few minutes as well. I'd like to thank all three of our reporters, Mayank, Akanksha and Niyamika, for joining us with those inputs from on ground. This is what the citizens are feeling. Unfiltered responses coming in right here on the top of the news app. This brings me to my legitimate question. Is it a strike on black money or will it be a disruptor?
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
All right, we have a guest joining us at the moment. We have with us Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Tushar Gupta, senior editor at Swaraja. With us also is Suban C. Raman, who's a political analyst. Joining us also is Sanjay Jha, author. And several top experts, economists, those who have a ringside view of the economy will be joining us on the show. So do stay tuned, because if you have doubts, if you need clarifications as to what really this move entails and what it means for the common citizen, the honest taxpayer, does he have anything to worry about at all? And will we be seeing a repeat of what happened in 2016, or is there a difference this time around? Also joining us on the panel is Vivek Bansal, senior leader of the Congress. Let me start with you, Mr. Bansal. Your view on what exactly is happening. Several of your party colleagues have called this a Tughlaki Farman. Where do you stand on this?
Definitely, it's as far as commenting on this demonetization or retracting the currency is concerned. I don't think it has any, except for the fact that it has proved to be a claptrap. Earlier precedent we had in 2016 was on the pretext of unearthing the black money, on the pretext of checking terrorism, and I don't think the results which came out did serve any purpose. On the contrary, it disrupts the economy. Medium and small scale industries received a knocking at that point of time, which ultimately resulted in unemployment. So it tends to create a doubt in the minds of the investors as far as the economy is concerned, and it erodes their faith in the economy as such. So by any standards, indulging in this economic acrobatics, I don't think it's going to serve its purpose, except for the fact it disrupts. Again, I would say it disrupts. As it is, we are going very slow on the economic growth front is concerned. Post-COVID, reasons are far many, and we are also adding to it by creating all this. I fail to the logic.
Okay, let's get a response from the BJP. Sanju Verma, this is going to cause disruptions. We've seen what's happened in 2016. That's the sum and substance of what the Congress is saying. Your response to that?
Thank you, Madhav. Madhav, first and foremost, let me tell your viewers that this is not demonetization. Demonetization technically happens when a currency or some kinds of notes immediately cease to be legal tender with immediate effect. I would term this as a calibrated withdrawal, because there is ample time of roughly 4.5 months before the 2000 rupee notes cease to become legal tender. Point number one. Point number two, for those who say that this will entail a whole lot of hardships for the common man, let me just say one thing, that today roughly there are about 13,053 crore notes in circulation overall. 10 rupee, 500 rupee, 100 rupee, 2000, blah, blah, what have you. Out of these 13,053 crore notes overall in circulation, do you know the number of 2000 rupee notes? The number of 2000 rupee notes are only 214 crore notes, which means in volume terms, 2000 rupee notes are roughly just 1.6% of the total notes in circulation. And in terms of value, 2000 rupee notes are barely 10% of the total notes in circulation. Total notes in circulation, let me tell your audience, is slightly over 32 lakh crore. So out of 32 lakh crore, if only 1.6% of the overall 2000 rupee notes in volume terms and 10% of the overall 2000 rupee notes in value terms are going to cease to be legal tender from October 2023, what is the big deal? It basically means that we have not been transacting in 2000 rupee notes in the last couple of years. Madhav, just 10 seconds more. Yeah. I have some very interesting data which you must know as to why this measure was taken. At the end of March 2018, the total amount of 2000 rupee notes was 6.8 lakh crore in value terms.
Yes, yes, that's part of the release. Yes.
As we speak now, it is 3.6 lakh crore. So yes. I want to ask, where has the balance 3.1 lakh crore gone? Has it been hoarded by the big HNIs? Has it been hoarded by institutional investors? So I think this is a very nicely timed disruptive move which will break the back of people who have hoarded this supposedly large amount of 3.1 lakh crore. I don't think this will affect the common man at all, because while there is a cap of 20,000 rupees, that is only per visit, per branch, per bag.
Okay, let me get in a quick response. Will this be, is this a crackdown on corruption? Suman Raman, yeah, you made that point. Let me quickly bring in Suman Raman. If there was 6.73 lakh crores at the peak and there are 3.62 lakh crores, where is the balance of 3.11 lakh crores? Is it not a crackdown on those who may have hoarded those 3 lakh crores? That's a question being put forth by Sanju Verma.
Yeah, okay. Madhav, 2-3 points. First of all, Sanju Verma is not quite correct when she said it will cease to be legal tender after 30th September, because I just saw an ANI tweet where the RBI had clarified it will continue to be legal tender after 30th September. Now, in which case, what is the purpose? If it continues to be legal tender, then are we then permitted to exchange it at banks beyond 30th September or only at the RBI after 30th September? Because from tomorrow, nobody will accept 2000 notes among the public. So that is very clear. So there is a lot of confusion. It seems more part in keeping with the act first, think later policy, which governs many of these decisions, like demonetization, for instance. Now, the point is very simple. Yes, Sanju Verma pointed out about this 3 lakh crore in value and so on. Now, let us say 3.1 lakh crore has been hoarded. Now, the rule very clearly says 20,000 can be exchanged in any bank. Now, do people have to produce their Aadhaar card? Do they have to give the source of these funds? What is the basis on which this exchange will happen? Or do just people stand in a queue, render 5 notes and collect it? In which case, the same method which was used during demonetization will be used by whoever the big sharks are, which is why it ended up being a disaster in terms of curbing black money. By the way, the percentage of the value of currency now is much, much higher than it was at the time of demonetization. Now it is 31 lakh crore is the total value of the currency notes in circulation. So I think that we have to look at it from the perspective of this is sort of one of those decisions which was sort of harebrained. Fortunately, it is not as harebrained as demonetization was, which was a disaster. At least here you have people have 4 months time in which they can go and change their notes. And one more thing, Madhav. The proportion of these notes had been gradually coming down as a percentage because they stopped printing them from 2019-20 onwards. From that year onwards, no new 2000 rupee notes have been printed by the RBI.
Yes.
Over the next 3 to 4 years, the proportion of those 2000 notes would have gone down even further. And the inconvenience which would have been caused to the public would have been even lower had this decision been taken a few months or a few years later, preferably. The same proportion, which was, between 500
Are you questioning the timing?
And
are you questioning the timing?
Notes,
Suman Siraman, are you questioning the timing?
They still... No, I'm not... I am saying that I don't think the benefit of this has been thought through. There may be benefit, there may not be benefit. But at least, fortunately, like demonetization it is not a completely, disastrous thing which was thrust on the nation at a few hours' notice. Fortunately,
there's some breaking news coming in. Once again, there's some breaking news coming in with the 2000 rupee note being withdrawn. A war has erupted. The Congress has gone after the Modi Sarkar, saying that the note was unpopular. This was said in 2016. The note was a band-aid after demo, and demos come full circle. This is a jibe coming in from the Congress. The TMC has said that Modi-nomics master stroke. This is a taunt coming in from the TMC. Says demo disrupted many lives. This is a charge coming in saying that NDA had said that black money flow will stop. Let me quickly get quick responses. Number of jibes coming in from opposition party. Sanju Verma, your response.
Thank you, Madhav. Madhav, Sumant Raman made a very interesting point that, now the total notes in circulation are about 32 lakh crore. Exactly my point. When demonetization happened in November 2016, the total notes in circulation were 17 lakh crore. But please also understand that when demonetization happened in 2016, the overall size of India's economy was $2.2 trillion. Today, India's economy is $3.5 trillion. There has been a 59% jump in absolute terms in India's GDP. So if notes in circulation have gone up, that is only a natural precursor to the fact that the overall economy has expanded by 59%,
and
which
they
is
have
not
gone
a
up
small
100%.
measure.
They have gone up almost 100%, not 59%.
You have to
they have gone up 100%.
Okay, Suman, let her make a point. She didn't disrupt you. Be fair. Let's be fair. And gentlemen, you see, we have limited time today. We have many people. Let's not do this. Suman, please. Okay, Suman, you can fact check her. If you have enough adequate time, I'll come back to you. But please, we have limited time. I want Sanju to make a point and then I'll go across to other panelists. Please, Sanju, make your point.
Yes. Suman Raman, I don't need to understand facts from you. So please keep your opinions to yourself. Let me just say one more thing. This is not demonetization 2.0. This is a calibrated withdrawal. And the most important thing is this has been done in accordance with Section 24 and Section 26 of the RBI Act of 1934. So technically the Modi government is absolutely on the right wicket. And the most important thing in 20 seconds, people who say what did demonetization 1.0 achieve? That time the informal economy as a percentage of GDP was 40%
Okay.
to the Congress. Today, informal economy is less than 20% of GDP. The nature of the beast has changed. The very nature of Indian economy has changed. And the last point, when demonetization happened in November 2016, Madhav, I remember, in October 2016, only 92,000 digital trades worth 48 crore happened.
Okay.
Today, last month, 875 crore.
All right, one more salvo coming in.
Lakh crore.
Yes, one more salvo coming in, this time from Kejriwal. If you can quickly put out that plate, he's fired an unpad salvo at the Prime Minister. Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Okay, let me quickly bring it.
Ridiculous, Suman Siraman, you have knowledge about the economy.
I'm coming in. In fact, Tushar, I'm going to just come to you. Sanjay, please, everyone speaks together. We cannot hear anyone. My request to all of you, I'm going to come to each of you. I'm going to come to each of you. Tushar, just 1 second, please allow me to conduct this debate. I'm coming to you. It's not that I'm not going to come to you, but I have a specific question for Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, the specific question that I have is that if they are going to allow, for instance, deposit in banks that are as per the normal regulations, then there is a marked difference in the way that demonetization happened in 2016 and in fact it is taking place today. So the honest taxpayer, even if he has cash, maybe 5, 10 lakhs or however much, lying at home for, some kind of emergencies or exigencies, they can very well take that money and deposit in the account if it is legally there, if they can prove that this is the cash that they own through legal means.
Madhav, I think it's important to put this conversation in context, and I'm glad you're having a debate on this. Number one, please note, and let's fact check this issue here, the cash in circulation has doubled since demonetization. India's GDP has not. So let's be very clear. Cash as a component is actually extremely high and is disproportionately higher than what it was pre-demonetization. Number two, demonetization is one of the biggest scams in India. I can tell you it will require an investigation.
You're absolutely wrong.
Because if
Thanks
the government went through that step...
Okay, now Sanju, now you're interrupting others, please. Sanju, 1 second. Sanju, 1 second. Let's not have interruptions. You objected when Sumant interrupted you, and I think that we should keep the same principle now. I'm going to allow Sanjay Jha to make his point. Make your point, Sanjay Jha.
126%.
Yes, Sanju, 1 second. Please let others make their point also. Sanjay Jha.
Yeah. So, Madhav, the simple point is it was a scam because people had prior knowledge about it. Otherwise, where did the black money go? I mean, the country actually do realize this, Madhav. And I want to make this point for your viewers.
How much cash do you have on an average in your possession?
No, Sanju Verma, please. Sanju Verma, I prevented others from heckling you. Now, please, now you are doing the same. A little politeness will go a long way. Others also should be allowed to speak. Please allow them to make their points. Let's not do this. Let's not allow this. Sanjay Jha.
Yeah. Let me give you an example, Madhav. We all know this. I'm also a student of economics, by the way. If India lost clearly 2% GDP growth rate in that first year and thereafter 1.5% more, you're talking about a loss of 2 lakh crore in 2017, around 1,50,000 in 2018. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's why jobs went out. MSMEs were bleeding.
Okay.
Not to talk about the terrible way they executed the GST.
Okay.
And remember what Dr. Manmohan Singh said. He said this is organized loot and legalized plunder, and he has been vindicated. And the point that Sumant made is extremely valid. If the RBI in its press release is telling you today that it's already on its way out, and it's already, by the way, just 10% in terms of the circulation value, why would you actually take this step?
Right.
I mean, can you realize, I've been a banker, I've sat on the opposite side receiving deposits, and I can tell you this, the banking...
Let me take that question across to Tushar. Tushar, if it was anyway on its way out, then why take this step? What is the requirement of this step if it was anyway being, slowly phased out?
Absolutely.
See, because you wanted to end the menace of the fake currency notes also. You could have set a deadline, you could have not set one. If you had not set one, the fake currency problem would not have been sorted, that would have been also going on. But now that you have set a deadline, the problem becomes for the holders of fake currency, and the problem becomes a big one for people who are holding currency at their homes as undisclosed income or money off the books. Mr. Jha, let me speak.
Sanjay.
Madhav, now there are people who are complaining about the queues. The RBI in its release says that it's 3.62 lakh crore worth of currency that's going out in the 2,000 rupees notes right now. The limit is 20,000 for one time. You divided that's what, 18 crore transactions, assuming that's 100 days to the deadline. That's around 18 lakh transactions per day. How many bank branches do you have in India? Private and public and regional, rural. Around 100,000 of them. So that's what number of transactions per day? That's very, very less. This demonetization or withdrawal or whatever you want to call it is not going to impact 99.9% of the Indian population, and yet people are making this about GDP, about growth, about whatnot. It's a tweak that will affect absolutely no one. People are very well acquainted with digital payments. People have anyway not seen the rupee 2,000 notes coming out of the ATMs. They transact when it comes to their salaries or bigger amounts using their banks or UPI cards. So I don't really understand what the noise is all about.
Okay. Sanjay wants to respond to you on that. Yes, Sanjay, quick response, please.
Madhav, the logical question to ask this government is that if it is legal tender, why would anybody go and even deposit it in the bank? Number two, if it is anyway a diminishing proportion of the value as well as the number of notes, and in any case, as the data suggests, that it will probably on its own become obsolescent, what is the need to actually even go through this process?
Okay.
I mean, whatever the numbers he's saying, none of it is mandated at all.
Okay.
Unless there is a political game.
Okay.
Remember, the demonetization was always Narendra Modi's political game. Try and become an anti-corruption.
You know, we are opening this out to our callers now. We want our viewers to call us and express your concerns, your views. Let's hear it from you as the citizens of this country, the taxpayers who really want to know what the fine print as far as this decision is. And if there are clarifications, certainly we're going to be joined by experts very soon. But let's go across to our first set of viewers. We have Natarajan joining us from Chennai. Yes, Natarajan.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please go ahead.
Is to change the narrative of Karnataka defeat. This is being done.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this action, that too at
Fair
the
enough.
time of the scorching heat, you know, how the people are going to get affected. Only God knows, only Mr. Modi knows.
Okay, that's a question. Let's quickly go across to Arvind from Mumbai as well. Yes, Arvind, your question.
Yeah, good evening to everyone. Hello.
Good evening, sir. We can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is a good move by the RBI. And the only people who are getting rattled is the politicians or the big businessmen who have stacked the note, 2,000 note with them.
Okay.
For common people, it is there is no issue.
Okay. Thanks so much for your views, Arvind. We have Abdul now joining us from Bengaluru. Yes, Abdul.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
I'm from a village near Bengaluru, and let me tell you, people are very, very happy. Actually, nobody has 2,000 rupees notes now. It is not there in the bank, neither in the ATM for the last few years. And the poor people, they actually 2,000 rupees notes are not there at all with them, and they are very happy. And the only people who have these notes are either corrupt babus and politicians and criminals, and which they will face the music.
Only the babus and netas have them, and they will face the music. Harish is our next viewer joining us from Vadodara. Yes, Harish.
Sir, RBI has made a very nice move, and our government is also very genuine. Modi Sarkar, that's what I can endorse, because 2,000 rupees notes, I think hardly available in a bank or from ATM.
Okay.
Honest taxpayer.
Same point that was made with the previous person. We have also Harishi joining us from Bengaluru, I believe. All right, this is Rishi. I beg your pardon. This is Rishi joining us from Bengaluru. Yes, Rishi.
Yeah, Madhav, thanks for having me on the show. And I'm of the firm believer that I have not seen 2,000 rupees notes coming my way over the last 2 years. I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
Now, one request to the Reserve Bank of India would be, learning from our past. You have these corrupt bankers, who actually were in cahoots with these black money holders. So this time around, if they could, the RBI could nominate certain branches, certain banks, and limit the transaction that would happen across the counter, limit it to few banks, and have that documented to Aadhaar and PAN.
Fair point.
And kind of compare it to what has been shown by these guys in their income tax declaration.
All right, quick. I want some quick responses from our panel because we have another panel of experts that we'll be going to very shortly. Quick response to one question I want to ask you, Sanju Verma, our very first caller, who points out that he believes the timing is only to divert the attention from Karnataka. That's his view. Your response to that, Sanju Verma?
That's a political question, heavily loaded politically, but I will just say this. Madhav, do you remember when the Trinamool Congress recruitment scam in Bengal was unearthed? We saw huge piles of pink notes, 2,000 rupee notes. Yeah. I will go as far as saying that even Virupakshakka, the BJP leader who was caught accepting notes, we saw huge piles of pink notes, the 2,000 rupee notes. When DK Shivkumar was caught with disproportionate assets to the tune of 700 crore for which he's being, tried in the money laundering case under PMLA, we saw piles of pink notes. So if piles of pink notes are indeed something that politicians, the corrupt ones, have taken a fancy to, I don't see anybody should have a problem if 3.1 lakh crore which is being hoarded is now going to be...
I want Sumant to respond to that. And Sumant, one more additional question, because there are many who are saying, many of your viewers say that they've not seen a 2,000 rupee note dispense in quite a while now. So is it really going to be a genuine problem that will affect a cross-section of people as happened in 2016? Many are saying a very clear no. Sumant.
No, Madhav, there are two issues here. One, whether you have one 2,000 rupee note or you have 50 2,000 rupee notes, the process is basically the same. You still have to go to the bank and you have to change it. So that hassle remains. There are, yes, lakhs and lakhs of people, crores of people who don't have a 2,000 rupee note because they've not been dispensed through the ATMs by and large for the last couple of years. Now, the second point, the gentleman who made a point about fake currency all being in 2,000 rupee notes, last year, I think 21, I don't have the data for 22, the total seizures of 2,000 rupee fake currency was 2,44,000 odd notes, which comes to a value of roughly around 40 crore rupees. For a country of the size of India, most of them were absolute poor quality fakes according to the RBI. So the point of saying that, there's a huge fake money, if there was, then the RBI doesn't have access to the numbers because the numbers that they put out are very, very small. See, the basic point is, Madhav, the clear-cut benefit of this remains extremely hazy. What benefit will accrue?
What benefit will accrue? What benefit will accrue? We'll have to take that question into our next debate. I'm going to thank all of you for joining us. Sanju Verma, Tushar Gupta, Sanjay Jha, Sumant C. Raman, as well as Vivek Bansal, completely out of time on debate number 1. And